Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our third and final adventure of the evening here on tonight's episode of Pete and Jeremy's D&D Time, in which I have entitled Bloodbath. Not Blue Bath, as some people were guessing based on the description up in the top left corner there, where the text kind of looks like O's instead of D's. But it's Bloodbath. We're joined, as always, by four fantastic players and their four equally fantastic characters. Let's take a moment to quickly introduce everyone. First and foremost, I shouldn't say and foremost. First we have Euchaunkas Ouwoupli, the
Foremost
High
was right.
Priest.
Foremost is wrong.
Foremost High Priest of the great Euchaunkas. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, boys?
I'm pretty great. I'm a little thirsty. I drink so much water when I DM. Crazy.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't know. Euchaunkas, how are you? What have you been doing?
Oh, so much.
Uh-huh.
Recently invested in a zoo.
How'd
Now I
that
have
go?
my own. Well, now I have my own private stock of dodos. So
Oh, that was a very good investment to make.
yeah, and I canonized the battle against the Nightmare Court for the Temple of the Cloud.
Oh, what are we
Down in
calling it?
Scripture, the Battle of the Nightmare Court.
Oh, I mean that makes the most sense, I think.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean we fought the Nightmare Court, and
Mhm.
of course, I included all of everyone that took part. A few
Mhm.
good quotes from people. I really
What's
like
your-
this line.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite quote.
Yeah.
Yes. It was this from Selcress here. Don't hurt my friend. Something to the effect of "Don't hurt my friends." So now I've written that down
Wow.
and spread it to all of my churches,
No.
and it's just out there.
Wow.
And there's nothing that can be done to stop that.
Redact it. Redact it right now.
A little late.
No.
Well, if anyone can do it, it is the Church of the Cloud that can redact public
Can.
information.
I don't know if we will.
Well, Euchaunkas, I'm glad you've been spreading word of all of the great heroism at for the battle with the Nightmare Court.
And someone's particular love of friendship.
Yeah. Speaking of friends, Selcress, how are you? I would consider you my friend.
Don't get big-headed, inferior creature. You're still a peon. All of
you
you
know
were
what?
peons.
Selcress, I wish I had half of the magical powers that you do. That would be great.
Thank you. That's right. That's how you show respect.
Selcress, how you doing? I mean, I know you seem a little touched at the moment, but
I'm all right. I'm prepping for a long trip into the Nine Hells.
oh, where are you going?
Stygia.
Oh, I
Why
guess
is-
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of a ways down there though, so I gotta
Mhm.
pack, and I'll be leaving Doppel here, to take care of things in my absence.
Oh, nice. Yeah, your doppelganger companion. Or I'm
Mhm.
sorry, peon. He's not a
Yep,
companion.
yep.
So I got a question about visiting the Nine Hells. Selcress, are you able to just go directly to Stygia, or do you have to backpack through the first 4 layers of hell before you can get there?
Well, I kind of have to go a little ways. I have, a portal to hell in my keep, but it takes some going to actually get all the way down to Stygia. It's kind of far down,
I see. What's your favorite destination? I mean, besides Stygia, what's your favorite destination within the Hells?
I went back to the Hellfire Ramsey place after we busted it up.
I assume he probably didn't remember you, right? You were able to slide under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm important.
I hear it's a really nice restaurant.
It is.
Mm.
I especially enjoy their well, maybe I shouldn't say
And she looks at Euchaunkas sidelong.
Do they eat lizard folk?
they eat a lot of people.
I do too.
She also looks at Lance.
They eat a lot of people.
Do they serve drow?
Not that I've seen.
Well, I mean, of course. Well, I mean, obviously they serve drow. They gave you food, so they should serve drow.
Wow.
Yeah, everyone serves the drow, of course.
Well, Selcress, as always, it is a pleasure to have you, and welcome back. I hope you have a great time this adventure. I'm glad you're getting ready for a good trip. Next, we have Lance Silverblood, the Silver Hierophant. Lance, how are you?
I'm doing quite well, Jeremy.
That's great. Lance, what's new in the world of Silver Hierophanting?
Well, I've been quite busy at the primary Temple of Souls. As you can imagine, such catastrophe as has happened recently, quite many people seem to turn to religion in such times. We've had a good number of newcomers. It's always nice to see new faces. Additionally, I've been trying to, do what I can, especially given the current circumstance. We've even had talk among the clergy here of promoting Selcress as something of a patron of friendship in just the sheer selfless acts she had shown in that final bout. Truly something to inspire the masses.
You're gonna ruin my reputation, guys.
How can I throw my support behind that one, Lance?
We have a meeting. We can actually invite you if you care to get it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
What a weird world where the clouds and the stars are actually working together on something ever. But it's happening, guys. The clouds and the stars. Actually, I should probably ask, really, because you got no problem with the clouds covering the stars.
Yeah.
Lance, how does that make you feel?
The stars are always there. There's a divide between the world above and the world. I like to think that the cloud somehow, embodies that. I don't know too much of it, so Euchaunkas, please take whatever I say with a grain of salt, but I imagine that such a divine is something sacred. The realm of the gods should not be so easily accessible to mortal men.
We have space clouds.
That was a beautifully politic response, so amazing. This is something truly I would expect from a true Hierophant. And Lance, of course, welcome back. And good luck on your adventures.
Thank you, Jeremy.
And last but certainly not the least, Kurogan, owner and proprietor of Kurogan and the great and powerful fighter. Kurogan, how are you? I just botched your title. I'm so sorry.
Hello, I am Kurogan, the great and powerful. How are you doing, Jeremy?
I'm doing all right. I really can't complain. Thank you for asking.
Well, of course. I have to address the fourth wall before I break it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Every time. It's just kind of a tradition here in DnDTime. So, Kurogan, how's Kurogan's?
Oh, Kurogan is doing well. After a small blackout of a couple weeks ago, I don't actually remember what happened there, by the way.
That's really strange. I heard Bartholomew also doesn't remember what happened there, and Roger wasn't there. Is this like a thing where just the most powerful characters don't remember what happened 2 weeks ago?
No.
No.
Well, either way, I've been wedding planning, and things have been going well.
Still planning.
Still planning. We've got the date set, and we have a lot of things done, but weddings take so much effort.
They really do. You'd think it's all about you and about your wedding, but it's not. It's about making everyone else feel like it was all about you, but it's not.
It's about making everyone happy while also trying to make ourselves look really good.
Now, that's a great point, Kurogan. Kurogan, I gotta ask. For those who may not be familiar, your beloved is who?
It is Gamora, a careful, lovely lady who was going to join Kurogan. Well, she joined Kurogan. She was going to join Bartholomew's adventures, but she decided instead to train first, and then we got to know each other. One thing led to another, and now we're getting married.
Kurogan, I'm so happy for you. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Though I do wonder what happens, right? What happens when you get married? Do you retire from adventuring Bartholomew's
Oh,
adventure?
hell no.
No. Okay.
I'll just have something more to fight for to get back home to.
You know what? That's a wonderful... I guess that just means you're going to be spending a little less time at Kurogan. And maybe
a little bit. Actually, she'll probably be helping me train a lot of people.
There we go. It's the partnership, right? Well, Kurogan, congratulations, of course, again. I'm going to say this until you're actually married. But congratulations on getting engaged. And you know what? I hope you have a great adventure.
Thank you very much. I hope you have a great DMing session that doesn't try to kill us.
You know what? Same, fam. So our adventure begins. You have made your way to the east of the lands of DnDTime, the wondrous Crimson Coast, a exceptionally large shoreline that spans the majority of the eastern border of this continent that DnDTime is, where all of the sand is lustrous red pebbles. And you've made it to the town of Buckler's Bay, a prominent port town.
Isn't this where Switch is from?
It is, in fact, where Switch is from. The Gallinodals are a very powerful merchant family here. I say merchant, but more militaristic. But yeah, you've made your way here on an important mission. You have been told that there is some sort of terrible new menace kind of rising in the east. It has been seen a few times by ships that have dared to venture far to the east. Even maybe 100 miles, or no, 100 miles is a long way, but miles offshore, there's a big trench, and beyond that, most people don't travel. Ships don't go further, or if they do, they don't come back. But a terrible creature has been spotted somewhere out there, destroying ships that dare to tread in that far. So you have made your way to the coast, you've chartered a ship, and you currently find yourselves on board, sailing just straight east. You've heard of a terrible frothy water and red waters that signal the creature's arrival, and most people haven't really seen it since then, haven't really seen it and survived. Seems that everyone who's actually seen whatever this creature is has died and their ship lost to the sea. But few people have reported the signs. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a job for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like a job for the champions!
Or the Red Rangers, depending on how we feel that day.
Wait, are we going to the Red Rangers? I should have brought my costume.
The what?
I always have mine in my backpack. He pulls out the Red Ranger outfit. Actually, it's just paint for him.
I mean, we can. It's a little past that now, though.
Okay.
As the water splashes up against the ship, you've been traveling for quite a while, just pretty much straight east. You've run into a few other ships which have kind of stopped by. You've stopped by at islands along the way, and it's actually right at this time you have just left Turtle Island, which is a wonderful vacation destination, the furthest east of any known settlement here in the land of DnDTime.
Isn't this where Roger was?
Yeah, exactly. It's a giant turtle with an island kind of on its back, and there's a bunch of turtles that live on it. It's a wonderful vacation destination. I imagine you all had a pretty great time, except for maybe Selcress. Selcress, you don't like the sun too much, right?
No, it's fine. I can wear sunglasses.
All right, so
Here's
I
the
guess...
thing. This may or may not be the place we are having our wedding.
Oh, shit. So maybe... So everyone else, when you stopped on Turtle Island, what did you all do, right? You had like a couple days where the ship was reprovisioning. What did you all do on Turtle Island? It seems, Kurogan, you were wedding planning?
Yes,
All
I
work?
was getting in contact with a few people.
Okay.
You know,
What about the rest of you?
I was recruiting new peons. I know it's a more tropical destination than my icy keep, but
Okay.
the Nine Hells have some hotter places too. They could stay there.
Well, the population on Turtle Island is primarily turtles and tabaxi, which are cat people. Would you try and recruit anyone in particular, one type of creature in particular?
No, both are equally inferior.
Okay. You want to roll me a persuasion check to see how well you recruit?
Okay.
All right. Let's. Yeah, I think. Let's see what you get. You recruit a tabaxi to join your party, a kind of white and black striped creature. It looks kind of like a white tiger almost. You might even mistake them for a Rakshasa if you didn't know better, but they're definitely not a Rakshasa.
I mean, I could dress them up as one. Intimidation tactics. It could work. I could make it work.
There's a strat for this. They seem to be extremely adept at stabbing things. That seems to be what their
that's
skills
my
are.
favorite kind of peon.
They can't slash very well or bludgeon, but they're very good stab.
Yep, I'll take that.
Okay.
Just gonna.
Are you having them come on the ship with you, or are they gonna take a different ship back?
Oh, they're just. I'll call Doppel to pick them up. It's fine.
So Selcress was recruiting. Euchaunkas and Lance, what were you two doing while your kind of couple days of downtime on Turtle Island?
I was eating turtle soup.
Yep.
Eating tropical birds.
Yep.
Yeah, eating fish.
Yep.
Sounds
like you were just relaxing.
I was eating a lot of things. I laid out in the sun, even though I don't usually like to do that.
Okay.
But occasionally I have to, because I'm cold-blooded, and that's how we warm up.
I see. So you just relaxed straight up.
I believe I'm supposed to be officiating Kurogan's wedding, so I helped him a bit.
Okay,
You know.
but mostly you were just kind of relaxing.
Yeah, mostly eating and then lying around.
Okay. Excellent. And Lance, what were you doing? Anything in particular?
A bit of the classic beach episode, some volleyball here and there, water splish splash. But then we got down to business, and Lance tried to do a bit of business negotiations to see about opening up a new temple on the island. They went okay. Who knows? It's up in the air.
You think they went okay, but let's see how they really went. Do you want to roll me a religion check to see if you can convince these? I guess really, can you share the religion of Selune to these godless turtles?
I will show them God. I also did some general clerical stuff, healings and whatnot. Seems that sunburns are about the only thing they are afflicted with.
It went okay.
I'll,
Exactly as you thought.
I'll send Elysia. She's much better at negotiations.
So the only one who really took a vacation that whole time was Euchaunkas. So Euchaunkas, you're going to gain 9 temporary hit points.
Right, yeah. I've already tried
well rested.
converting this place in the past. They really like the sun too much.
Yeah, they really
I don't really like them.
Yeah, they're big leathery turtles. But yeah, you've kind of taken a bit of a break, relaxed a little bit. Your crew was a little confused as to why you weren't talking to people and asking, information about the creature, but they didn't mention that to you. They know better than to question Selcress. And Euchaunkas for that matter. And so yeah, you guys all get back on the ship, fully provisioned, and begin making your way further east, past this last kind of vestige of civilization off the Crimson Coast. And you're sailing for some time. Several days, probably, just straight east. You pass over what is the trench. The ocean is dark, right? It's a very dark blue normally. But where it drops off to the trench, the water almost is black because of how deep the trench is and how far the sunlight just kind of is pulled out. It's almost like a supernatural darkness, but looking just off the side of the ship, you can see that you have passed over and are currently passing over the trench. A few hours in that day, you start to see a few signs that you've heard about, that perhaps this beastie is near. You see little bits of foam in the water occasionally, and that dark black becomes tinted a slight crimson. Slight at first, but after another 10-15 minutes of sailing, it becomes a deep, deep red. What do you all do with this? The captain kind of is steering the ship, but looking to all you who are presumably on deck. But maybe you're not, maybe you're somewhere else in the ship. What's your...
I do a nature check.
Sure, on what?
And what might cause this strange blood-like effect?
Sure, yeah. I mean, you can kind of have one of the sailors go down and scoop some up with a bucket, right? They can lower a bucket down, scoop some water up. Yeah, he pulls up the bucket and you look at it, and it's strange because once pulled from the ocean, it no longer has the red hue to it. It feels just like regular old water and looks like regular old seawater. The foam you have a little bit better luck with, as they scoop some of that up and you maybe like you taste it, and it's fairly it's like very basic in terms of its taste, kind of bitter to a degree. It's just very unpleasant.
But not just salt water. It's bitter.
Yeah, there's definitely like a bitterness to it, but a very very basic kind of feel. Something that doesn't, and by basic I mean opposite of acidic, right? It kind of burns at you like an acid would, but in a different sort of way. Not quite as sharp and tingling, or numbing.
Kurogan would like to investigate this water, more so trying to remember if he as a knight ever heard of or saw anything like this, especially during the Great Demon War.
Sure. You want to... So how do you want to investigate it? Do you want to go down and like hang off the side of the ship and like touch the water and feel it and all that?
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna taste
with ropes.
Yeah, of course they tie you up real good.
I'm gonna sniff it first.
Reliable.
I'm gonna sniff it first and then give it a tiny taste.
You can roll me an investigation check then. That'd be fine.
All right. What's the buzz bite?
You give it a bit of a taste, and it has a very a strange kind of like irony taste to it, like almost like blood, but it also has that very like basic, bitter, not pleasant taste to it. It kind of sticks in your mouth.
Now,
though you couldn't smell it very much.
It didn't taste like blood when I drank it out of the bucket, though.
No, it didn't.
And
I'm going to give them pull me back up.
Yeah, when you combine that information, I think you can kind of intuit that this might be a kind of regional effect that a powerful creature might have to the ocean itself.
Yes, this definitely seems like a creature kind of thing, because back during the war, he does this little flashback look, there was blood everywhere and this same kind of taste was in the air.
A creature's lair.
Something like that, yes. A very large creature, I'm sure, but...
So, how do we get it to come to us?
With a fishing rod. I pull out a fishing rod.
Okay. We need bait, not just a fishing rod, but bait.
Alright, you, sailor! Come here.
Alright.
Whoa.
No, I'm not.
No, I approve this.
No,
It's
you're not
okay.
sticking me on a hook.
Whoa. Kurogan is just like, whoa. We are not using live bait. I have something.
Thank you.
I brought it. It was mostly for, food's sake, but this might help better. I take out, I go down below deck and bring back up a large, bloody stag.
What the fuck? It's been like days, but you've had just a room filled with chunks of ice that you've been keeping this dead stag in.
Yeah, we
Sure.
were gonna have Clinton cook us up something. we were having
I could have made the ice, I guess.
I mean, Selcress knew about it. I told her specifically not to tell Euchaunkas.
Where were you hiding that?
I cannot tell you because I had to put it back if we get any piece of it left.
It's not making it back below deck.
All right, you stick a dead stag on a big hook. I guess you make one from like one of the small anchors.
Yeah,
maybe like a
something
dinghy
like that.
anchor. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you just using rope? I mean, they've got some pretty thick rope.
Yeah, we're going to use very thick rope, like chains if we have that. But the only reason I even had this is because I was going to give it to Clinton to cook us up something for our wedding,
brought it on a
but...
ship.
Yeah, it was for our wedding. We were there, and it was one of their delicacies. I thought maybe.
Sure. No, it's all good. Lance, what have you been doing as they've been kind of experimenting? Or are you just chilling? I'll assume you're just chilling unless you say otherwise for now. All right, so yeah, you've attached a giant stag to a big anchor hook, and you're just gonna throw it off the side. Lance,
Yes.
I actually could not hear you. Discord will do that from time to time. If you want to quit, I can jump you back in once you're back. That's really weird that we can't hear you.
Very weird indeed. Please come back to us. We need you.
We sure do. So much.
Selcress.
Fine. I won't use him as bait then.
Thank
But
you,
he-
Selcress. I am very proud of you. Gonna give her some pats on the head.
Am I the boy that lives?
You're the boy that lives. You're back.
Hey, can I make...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Can I make a religion check to see if I know, like, if there's any demonic or devilish or just general fiendish connections to this bloody one? I will offer up a little prayer as I do that. Hey.
Oh man, yeah, you are an expert in religion and all that is holy, being a silver hierophant of Selune. And in maybe the evening before, when it kind of, or that morning when the stars are still visible in the sky, before it had fully risen, the sun had fully risen, you have prayed to Selune and have received her wisdom. And yeah, from what you've seen, this matches no faith or religion that you've ever heard of. And even things like a demon lord could have this kind of effect. But it would be very bizarre to find something like that just kind of out here. You would also expect to feel a darker vibe to everything, but it just kind of seems bizarrely here, as if out of nowhere.
It doesn't seem terribly fiendish, but whatever it is, this effect, it's something on tier with demon lords. This is not a good sign.
Euchaunkas, you throw the hook over the side.
Yep.
Alright. Let's go fishing, Euchaunkas!
It begins to sink.
Oh, we're fishing.
Yeah.
Selcress is surprisingly into this.
Kurogan also takes out a small chunk of stag and hands it to Euchaunkas. Here, a present.
Oh, thank you, Corrigan. This is gonna go great while fishing. I take out get one of those canvas chairs and I set it up, put on my fishing hat, and then
Yep.
Selcress does the same.
Beautiful.
She's got a smaller canvas chair, and Levi's fanning her with a leaf.
Oh, excellent. Probably a big, sprawl of leaves you got from Turtle Island, so it's
Oh, yeah.
very effective. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll get in on this. Lance will also pull out a fishing rod, reach in his bag of holding, and pull out a single termite and stick it on the hook to fish.
Excellent.
Kurogan decides to join this as well, but he doesn't have any fishing gear. He just takes out like a stick, ties some rope to it, takes like some mesh or something and uses it as a hat. He doesn't know what they're doing, but...
So, I'm gonna roll for each of you. I'm gonna start with Euchaunkas. Ooh, pretty good. Lance and Kurogan. Kurogan, you don't catch anything.
I don't know what I'm doing, so it makes sense.
However, as you guys are just kind of chilling, hanging out, about an hour in to just kind of relaxing and fishing, you feel a tug on your line, Lance. What do you do?
I shall reel in this fish boy.
All right, so you just grab on a rope and start pulling. Can you roll me a strength athletics check? I'm going to contest it with the whatever your catch is.
Kurogan, help him!
Okay, I throw down the stick with rope onto the deck and go over to help you help Lance.
Lance, do you accept Kurogan's help, or are you going to do this yourself?
I shall accept this help as I usher a prayer to Selune. Oh my!
Oh man! Yeah, there's no way you rip it up, and you get a quipper.
I will bless this. I will bless this boy in the name of Selune, and I shall release him now blessed into the sea.
Absolutely, the sacrificial catch. However, an hour later, as you guys return to fishing, Lance 1 point. Euchaunkas, you feel a strong pull on your line. It's a very, very strong pull.
Oh god, I've got something.
I need you to roll me a strength saving throw first. Just right off the bat, is suddenly, you skid forward and find yourself up against like.
Oh god, this is
I'm gonna
big.
have some music for this because.
Oh god, Kurogan, help!
Up against the edge of the banister of the boat.
Get it!
And you brace yourself and don't manage to fall off. You begin to reel in. I'm gonna need.
We're eating good tonight.
Lance, you give your guidance, Selune's blessing. Kurogan, you're helping to pull in. Euchaunkas, you give me a strength athletics check. You're gonna contest it with the creatures.
Okay.
It gets an 18.
Oh, I got a 20.
Oh yeah! You start to reel in, and you can feel it like pulling.
That's plus a D4 from guidance.
That's important, actually. There's degrees of success and failure here. That's going to be one success for you. You hear the creaking of the banister as you're beginning to pull in. The rope doesn't seem to be fraying too much at this point. All right. As we go to the next round, the creature is going to try and pull off again. What is your... I guess I need to roll another strength or a strength saving throw, Euchaunkas, as you're kind of.
I am helping him out, so does this help him at all?
Okay. You can have advantage for that.
Cool.
15.
Yeah, you're once again good. As you hear the banister creaking, and you can see it starting to like fracture and break a little bit. Whatever's pulling this is very strong.
Selcress is gonna try to use some of her ice magic to like solidify the banister.
Oh, that's sweet. Do you have any specific spell you're using, or just general? You can do ice magic.
I could use Eldritch Blast if you want.
Yeah, I mean that's totally fine. You don't have to roll anything. Could actually just give me a spellcasting ability check, right? So roll me just your charisma modifier, basically your charisma check. And this will just represent how effectively you can kind of manipulate your magic.
Sure.
Oh yeah, no problem. Selcress, you blast on the banister and it freezes and hardens up. Euchaunkas is chilly. Can you give me another? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Lance.
Lance will tie off Euchaunkas to the mast of the ship, tying rope around his waist, and then run.
So Euchaunkas, you're tied on, so very unlikely you're gonna go off. And Kurogan, are you still helping Euchaunkas just pull?
Yep.
And Euchaunkas, I assume you're just pulling?
Yep.
Go ahead, roll your advantage strength athletics check against the mysterious catch.
Good
Oh
thing.
man,
Oh, Jesus.
You feel the ice beginning to break, and you're like getting pulled. And immediately that rope you just tied off, Lance, goes taut. But you are still up there. It just seems to have, like, your hand slip a little bit. Some of the rope gets out. The next round, Euchaunkas, I need you to roll me another strength saving throw. It's trying to pull you again.
Oh, God.
Oh, actually, there's no roll on that. Yeah, you hear the banister break and kind of give way a little bit. Definitely held a little by Selcress's ice, but now that ice is shattered, and the banister is also broken. But that the freeze managed to give you the one save here. As we're on to your round, what do you guys all want to do? The banister is shattered now, but Euchaunkas is still on board.
Okay.
What are you all doing?
Kurogan's gonna go for a different method because this guy is very strong. Clearly, he's gonna tie
some dark shape deep underwater.
He's gonna tie his. Actually, no, I don't think bees can last underwater, though they are magic bees. I'll wait for now. Kurogan, okay. I am just gonna help as long as possible.
Kurogan, tie him up to the mast.
That's what I'm doing.
It's already tied off.
You pull. I'm gonna do something else.
All right.
All right, you pass it over. Kurogan, you're holding it. What are you doing, Euchaunkas?
All right, Kurogan.
I'm controlling water and parting the waters around this thing.
Oh, shit.
Nice! As you... There's like a thunder snap up ahead as the cloud power forces down, and the water itself begins to shed and move. And then the ship also begins to veer a little bit.
It's fine.
But it's fine. You're just kind of at like a 45-degree angle looking down at the water as you're pulling it. Lance and Selcress, what are you two doing?
Lance will run up to Kurogan and kind of clap him on the... Worry not, my friend. Selune remembers your training, as I shall strength enhance ability this boy with that of a bull.
Kurogan, you feel your already massive muscles become even more powerful. Selcress, what would you like to do if there's anything?
Alright, Kurogan. Can I freeze you to the deck?
Oh, nice!
If that is what it takes to stop me from flying off, then yes!
Alright, you're gonna do some damage to Kurogan, but I love this idea. Go ahead and roll me one Eldritch Blast.
Sure.
So Kurogan, you're gonna take however much damage this deals, 13 cold damage, but your feet freeze to the deck, meaning making it impossible for you to fail this next strength saving throw. Well, actually, giving you just one success where you would fail. Go ahead and give me your contested strength. It looks like it's just... Oh, it's with advantage because of enhanced ability.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Athletics!
Oh, yeah, dude, it's so strong! You feel the rope starting to, like, fray a little bit.
This thing is very strong!
However, you can see the big dark shape down because the water's hardened so much. You don't know what it is, but it's very large. As we're back, Kurogan, roll me that that strength saving throw. We'll see if you need Selcress's ice to save you here.
Do I still have advantage because of...
Only on checks.
Okay.
So not on saving.
Not on saves. Okay.
Yep. That'll succeed.
It's a good thing I have a +8 to these.
Yeah, definitely. So you managed to hold on. It's not pulling you in quite, but the ship is kind of veering slightly more as this thing is starting to pull the ship over a little bit too. What do you all want to do? You got another round.
You know what Kurogan's doing.
Yep, Kurogan's gonna pull you, Euchaunkas.
Sake.
Lance will guidance Kurogan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Kurogan, you go last. So that one, we're not counting that one. You're rolling last.
Okay. Thank God. Thank you.
So Lance, you're going to give the guidance. Selcress and Euchaunkas, what would you two like to do? You're gonna maintain the water?
I'm gonna maintain the water, and I'll have my punchy cloud every time. Punchy cloud is gonna go punch it in the head.
Alright, you can't really see it very well. I'm gonna say that, like, it's got a lot of cover. It's probably got 3/4 cover with how hidden it is, how hard to see. But yeah, unfortunately, not gonna hit with it.
But punchy cloud's there.
Punchy cloud's there just in case. And
I'll cast Fairy Fire on him.
oh shit, okay. That illuminates it a lot better. Actually, I've got to roll a save for that, right? Wisdom?
Yeah.
That fails. Yeah.
Yeah, it fails.
Your fairy fire illuminates it from your drow magic. I imagine, do your eyes like flash a blue or something when that happens?
Like a violet.
Oh, excellent. And is it outlined in violet?
Yeah, it is.
Fantastic. It looks like it's a whale of some kind.
Very large, hungry whale.
Yeah.
Lance has flashbacks to the white whale.
And Kurogan, let's give us this contested strength here. The whale gets a 15. Oh, yeah.
D4.
Double 18s again. But
You
just
D4.
in case. Another 2.
Oh, yeah. No, that's actually important. Having a 20 over 5 above hits is very important, actually. The rope does not fray further because you beat by so much. And yeah, it splashes above the water. It is, in fact, a killer whale. Swimming around. It looks like it's about 25 feet long. It's a very large whale, even by killer whale
Bring it on the
standards.
deck!
Well, it still is going to try and pull you off, Kurogan. Can you roll me that strength saving throw?
Sure thing. Come on, strike save. Oh, yeah.
Excellent. All right. So you guys take. Do you want to pull it on deck? What do you want to do? The ship is starting to tilt really badly at this point.
Well, you know
You
what
have
Kurogan's doing.
If you're gonna pull it on deck, Kurogan.
Yep.
All right.
Better to fight it with.
Assuming everyone helps, you manage to pull the killer whale onto the deck. The ship
Yeah.
rights itself, and the whale begins to flap around pretty violently, but it can't move very well here on the ship. It has a speed of 0, so it's just kind of like flopping around and snapping its killer whale teeth. But it seems you guys have captured this killer whale.
Cool.
All right, let's cook it up. Euchaunkas?
Bees.
It's still alive. Oh no! You just stick bees on it till it dies.
Yes.
Get it, Cloud. Get it.
All right, so you guys just beat the shit out of this killer whale.
Time for a bit
Get
of
it, Levi,
sashimi.
get it!
In a matter of moments, you guys, Levi, the bees, Lance apparently from behind, start slashing it. It can't turn around to bite him, so it just has nothing. And you guys kill this killer whale.
All right, I think we got the creature. We're all set.
I hope so.
Bingo.
The crew is just looking at you guys like, what are you doing?
Do we want to use this as bait for the other creature?
Wait, this wasn't the big creature?
Well, I don't think.
No! That's a killer whale!
Oh, well, now we have bait.
I mean, no, that's still scary, don't get me wrong, but...
We have bait.
One of the crewmen.
I'll make
Bait
some blubber
and food.
nuggets. Who wants blubber nuggets?
I'll
Can you
take the
eat
blubber
blubber
nuggets.
nuggets?
We literally just fished up a killer whale for you, and all you have to do is say stay silent.
I'm sorry, all the crew start, like, getting to work, like, all right, what do you want us to do?
Make blubber nuggets.
And repair this thing, probably. That'd
Yeah, you
be a
should
good
probably
idea.
fix your ship, but also you should make blubber nuggets.
A bit of sashimi would also be quite nice.
Yeah.
So, Lance, you're gonna make some delicious sashimi. You and it looks like Selcress are gonna help, or you're gonna supervise, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna supervise. He's gonna make it in the traditional Underdark style.
Excellent. Can you roll me a nature or survival check, Lance, with advantage from Selcress teaching you? We'll
I
say.
offer up a bit of prayer to hope that these don't turn out Underdark style.
They turn out delicious, is what they turn out, if you make delicious killer whale sashimi. Euchaunkas, I assume you're just biting right into it.
I'm biting it and also making blubber nuggets.
What are blubber nuggets? Are they just chunks of blubber?
Fried chunks of blubber.
What are you frying them with? I
Oil.
guess maybe... Alright, sure. You take
Look,
the
I
lantern
keep a
oil.
lot of stuff in my stomach.
I mean, you can
Yep.
probably make oil from the whale blubber, to be fair.
Yeah, you
That's
kind of like... You puke up a fryolator and
Yeah.
you get going. However, only about 10 minutes into all of your shenanigans, after having killed the killer whale, Lance, you've just cut, like, some of the first good pieces of killer whale sashimi here, which pretty good. I mean, it's a very lean fish, with but the fatty sections are very fat. And I don't know a lot about sashimi. I'm sorry, but as you're all doing this, I've only recently started eating sashimi. It's delicious, but I just don't know very much. I'm very uncultured. Anyway, one of the crewmen yells out, "Hey, there's a wreck ahead!"
Wreck!
Oh, right, the plot.
Yeah, and you look over, and it looks like there's some just big rocks sticking up out of the water, it's just abruptly. There's no reason land should be here, but there are huge, a couple of big pillars, and kind of stabbed onto one of them, like it was maybe thrown up by a big wave and landed on this, stabbed through with this rock, is a ship called the SS Plot.
Yep, no, I am pretty sure that is not an island, it's probably some monster with jagged edges.
That's right, the plot.
It's actually the SCT Plot, Sokotoa Plot.
I see. Yeah.
It's a ship.
Totally not at all a trap for ships at all. No, of course not. Kurogan puts down his tanning mirror and looks out off the deck.
The cat sticks a piece of sashimi in her mouth and supervises.
Excellent. The captain looks toward you all and says, "All right, so do we want to stop there and maybe see if we can find anything out, or do we want to just keep traveling until we find the rest of the plot?"
Well, here is the thing. Do you know of any islands in the middle of the ocean like this?
No, that looks terrifying.
Yeah, that's probably not actually an island.
Strange. Well, I wouldn't be so sure. Strange formations happen this far out. Oof.
I don't trust it.
I don't feel comfortable being over the trench.
It's fine. Levi, go check it out.
Wait, how could there be an island if we're above the trench? Isn't the trench like a giant deep pit? So why would this be sticking out of that deep dirt?
Exactly, that is my concern.
To be fair, the island we just came from was a turtle.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess.
I mean, true.
Shrug
but...
emoji.
This might be like a really nasty turtle, though.
So you're sending Levi to fly over,
Yeah.
and check it out? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Carly.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy to just sort of yell at the ship. Okay. Are there any child scientists on board?
You look over. There are definitely a few dead gnomes you can see on the deck. It seems like the ship isn't actually in that bad shape. It just got speared through by one of these rocks.
No, that's not terrible shape at all.
Yeah, but there are definitely some dead child scientists. Sorry, gnomes.
There's a dog on that ship.
Dear God!
We've got to save him.
As Levi flies over,
he's probably tasty.
Can Levi roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Sure, Levi can roll you a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
He has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects, though.
All right, cool. So it'll be with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll succeed with the 20. Yeah, as Levi's flying over, Levi can hear some beautiful, beautiful singing coming from the ship.
Levi says he can hear
Enchanting,
singing.
almost.
Levi says he can hear singing coming from the ship. He says it's really nice.
There's also a beautiful gnomish maid, just kind of lying, pretty much almost entirely nude, upon part of the ship where you guys can't see right now. That seems to be
Also,
singing.
there's something really not
Really?
meant for child eyes.
That sounds like a
Levi
trap.
blocks it out with you're seeing through his eyes. There's just sensor bars. Just beautiful.
Yeah, there's like a gnome lady.
I think between you all and the captain, like, oh yeah, that'd be sirens. We shouldn't go there.
Absolutely not. That's a really bad idea.
Especially if they're taking the form of gnomes. That's just poor taste.
Yeah, I mean, it would take the form of basically a child.
Yes, they should at least be elves.
Well, that is a really bad idea. Everyone knows this. Let's keep going.
Okay, yeah, you guys, instead of doing this dumb side plot, you ignore that and went fishing instead, and you continue to sail forward. It is at this point that actually that we don't play the intrigue music. Instead, it begins to get a little dark, and the water begins to get choppy as a bit of a thunderstorm kind of rolls in almost out of nowhere. The rain falls down, and the black clouds in the sky block out most light. Only kind of the flashes of lightning illuminate most of the area. However, the sea is as dark red and extremely foamy at this point. The point where the Red Sea is almost not visible, but the kind of pinkish foam is almost everything that you can see here. As it just is everywhere. As a wave splashes over, the foam gets all over the deck. It's very slippery, and the ship is kind of rocking around in.
It's like someone spilled a bunch of soap.
Yeah, it's like someone spilled a lot, and that's when you realize, you know what? That kind of tastes like soap.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god, we drank soap!
You know that, Euchaunkas, because you eat a lot of soap to put in your stomach. Put it in your stomach.
That's true, I gotta clean that out every once in a while. Plus, this reminds me of that clean guy.
Oh, Mr. Clean, I'm sorry, Dr. Clean, whatever his face is.
Master Clean.
Master Clean, that's what it is.
Yeah, I had to fight him. I think he's dead.
Maybe.
Probably.
He didn't show up at the Nightmare Court, so...
Yeah, it's true.
The crowd is extremely uneasy. Not the crowd, the crew is extremely uneasy.
There's an audience!
You meant crowd.
I meant the chat is very uneasy as you hear calling down from the crow's nest. One of the crew members yells out, "Beast on the horizon!" And you guys look on the horizon, you can't see it. It's too far away still.
What's it look like?
It's quite large and oh wait, I can't see it anymore.
Adjectives, man, adjectives!
Find a wave! And there's a huge kind of wave that's coming up ahead of you. And the ship kind of begins to go up it, and then once you breach it, you can see the creature. It's not actually all that far away.
Before we reach it, Kurogan's like bracing himself and looking up at the guy on in the bird's nest. So, are we talking elephant large or apple? Oh, that thing!
As you breach over the top of the wave, you see a gargantuan form floating upon the water, maybe 50 feet away from you at this point. Seems to have closed the distance incredibly quickly. Two massive white eyes with with a kind of blue irises and black pupils stare forward at you. Atop a massive yellow body, it quacks in terror as you see a poorly done 3D render of a giant rubber ducky.
What?
Oh god.
And it is at this point that hundreds of little rubber duckies can be seen in the sudsy water around you all.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna need you all to roll for initiative.
We're fighting rubber ducks. Yep, Kurogan is just taken aback by the fact that it's ducks.
Absolutely.
Lance is stricken in horror at the sheer eldritch form before him.
Yes, and it's
the Quacken!
It's in fact the Quacken!
Oh my god.
One of the crew members yells out, "It's the Quacken." Or
I
actually,
get the title now!
Oh yeah.
I get the title now!
Alright, so we got... Wow, these are really awful initiatives, guys.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they're not great.
Selcress, the swarm of duckies, the Quacken. I just put all those. And then Kurogan, Lance, totally taken aback by everything.
Ducks.
Yeah. Well, it's worse. It's like a poorly done 3D render of a rubber duck.
Is it a poor version of rubber?
Very strange. Huh?
Is it a poor man's rubber?
No, it looks like it's like a digital duck. It's very confusing. It doesn't like fit in with reality as you know it. And it quacks again in terror, or terrifyingly. as we go to the top of the initiative order, Euchaunkas, what would you like to do? It's about 15 feet away.
How do I think lightning's gonna do against this?
You have no idea.
Alright, well, I'll cast Call Lightning.
Alright, the storm above swirls, which is actually going to empower your Call Lightning.
Yes, it will. Let me just look up how exactly that works. I think it's an additional damage die.
Yeah.
So that just means it's basically cast at 4th level.
Yep. You cast your Call Lightning. Are you aiming for... There are like hundreds of rubber duckies in the water, little ones, and then there's the gargantuan mega rubber duck.
Let's see how we do against the big duck first.
Alright, I'm going to roll for the Quacken. He gets a 17 on his saving throw. The water just kind of swooshes underneath it. So you hit it with the lightning, dealing half damage. So instead of 25, it's 12. It seems to be totally normal against light. Yeah, lightning's fine.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to climb up.
Actually, as you hit it, the lightning courses through it, but not like you'd expect it to course through a creature. It almost like glitches out, like a sprite in a game.
It does something to
in
it.
a very discomforting way.
That's really weird.
Selcress, what would you like to do?
I'm going to climb the crow's nest.
Oh, sure. You climb up the crow's nest. How far up do you want to go? It goes up about 20 feet.
Well, as far as I can get.
Cool. 20 feet up. You're up at the top with the crewmen up there. It's like, oh, Jesus, a Quacken!
Yeah, I get it.
What would you like to do?
Oh God, it's quacking.
It's kind of cute, isn't it?
Wait,
No,
does it
it's
do that
not
anytime someone says quacking?
It doesn't seem to, no.
Oh, damn it.
Well,
Quackening is at hand.
Selcress is gonna climb up to the crow's nest as well.
Uh-huh.
Euchaunkas.
I think,
Yes?
do you have a climbing speed, Selcress?
No.
Alright, so that's going to take your whole turn if you want to climb up there.
Maybe only part of the way then.
Alright, so you climb up most of the way. You can talk to up here, no problem.
Euchaunkas,
What?
do I banish that thing?
It might be a good idea. I
Looks
feel
like it's not from here.
That's fair. Yeah, why not give it a try?
Yeah, why not?
Selcress is gonna attempt to banish the Quacken.
Using the banishment spell?
Yep.
Okay. Can you roll it? I don't know if it's going to have any effect against this creature, actually.
Okay.
Oh, actually, it might actually. Okay. Charisma saving throw?
Yep.
All right. With a poof, the Quacken seems to disappear. And there's a sudden whoosh of water as the boat careens down. And actually, let's see if it capsizes. I'm going to roll to see how good your captain is. He needs to get above a 15. Oh, no. Okay, so the ship begins to capsize. As this is sudden displacement of water in the middle of a storm. But the Quacken seems to be gone. There are swarms of rubber duckies everywhere, though.
Levi's gonna go stab some of the rubber duckies.
Sure.
Get it,
Okay.
Levi!
Okay. Levi will hit, no problem. Rubber duckies are immune to poison. However, they're going to take 6 piercing damage. How much HP do these swarms have? Okay. Cool. 6 points of damage. Alright. Levi stabs some of the rubber duckies and they quack. Is Levi big? Or did
He's
you not do
big.
that yet? Okay.
He's not big yet.
Cool. The rubber duckies are gonna go. The Quacken is not there. And there are a bunch of rubber duckies that have splashed up onto the deck. They're going to flap over and attempt to attack the 2 people on deck. which are going to be you, Lance, and you, Alex. But they're going to be at disadvantage because they're just flopping around.
Okay.
And they quack, and they quack.
And they fail!
Yep. That's against you, that was against you, Kurogan. And then this is against you, Lance. 14 total. So they missed both you guys. As they quack, their little quacks kind of hurt your ears a little bit, but not that much. We're back to the top of the initiative. What are you? Oh, I'm sorry. No, we're on to Kurogan.
Yeah, Kurogan's got to go. So the thing is, this thing is just gonna capsize soon.
It looks like it's going over. Yeah.
Kurogan's
You're coming down a huge wave.
Kurogan's going to fly and start flying above in the air.
Okay.
And then he's going to action surge.
Sure.
And throw the bees.
Okay. Oh, just throwing the bees at the duckies?
Yep.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
He's also going to second wind, so...
Okay.
It just goes to the nearest enemy or swarm in this case.
Yep. Awesome.
Bees
are really good against
turn. And of course, I'm also going to second wind because I did lose some health from Selcress earlier.
Cool.
Very
and that
rude
takes care of it. Lance, you're last. What would you like to do?
Oh boy, this ship is sinking.
It's not sinking. It's just about to capsize.
Could I bless the ship, or would it be more appropriate to bless the captain?
At this point, the captain has done their best. You could try and take the wheel if you wanted to run up and do that. But
I do not know how to ship a ship.
Yeah, I mean, you'd just be giving it a shot in the dark if you wanted to.
I will run over, grab onto it, pause for a second, think better of it, and just we're gonna do that second level bless to get all of the named PCs covered.
Excellent. The PCs have been blessed, and we go to the top of the initiative. However, at initiative 20, the ship is going to totally capsize. Which means, Euchaunkas, you are on the mast, so you can either be underwater on the mast still, or just in the water, kind of away from the ship. And Selcress, same option for you.
I'm gonna be in the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you two are both in the water, floating on the surface, maybe getting about 20 feet away from the ship.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I see the duckies if I'm by the mast?
Yeah, you can see them. They're all over the place. There's foam that makes it kind of hard to see anything while you're in the water, but you see them. It's just they have some cover from the foam.
I'll be underwater.
Okay, so you're just 20 feet underwater under the ship. You just held onto the mast as it went all the way down. Right.
I turned to the guy. Are you all right? Are you gonna need air?
One of the crewmen next to you was like, he's like holding in his throat because he can't talk underwater. And there's a bunch of drowning crewmen around. Chuck, what would you like to do with your turn?
All right. I'll look at.
Actually, I need to know, Kurogan and Lance, do you just jump off the ship, or?
Kurogan is flying.
Oh right, Kurogan. Lance, can you give me a strength saving throw to try and not get under the ship? I assume you want to be on the water.
Gotta love that bless. Oh, strength?
Yep, the strength saving throw. Okay, so yeah, you managed to be like on the side of the ship, above water, like at water level, instead of like under the ship. So Euchaunkas, what do you like to do?
Well, I can see the duckies.
Yeah,
they float
all over the top. Yep, you see the little yellow butts of the rubber duckies.
All right, well, I'll call some lightning on some of those swarms.
Okay, sure.
Since they're in water, does it travel?
No, I'm not playing with any variant rules for that yet. Alrighty. Let's see which one you're gonna hit. Why are you gonna hit that first weakened one? I'm gonna roll the dex save for that one. Oh, it should be a 15, but I think that still fails. Yeah, you blow up one remaining swarm, the one that Kurogan had thrown the bees at. and had been attacking goes down. A bunch of rubber duckies go flying into the air as your lightning strikes them.
I look at the guy next to me, and I'm like,
okay, he looks like his eyes are rolling back a little bit. Looks like he got hit on the head pretty bad with something as he went under.
well, he's screwed. Okay. I'll swallow him.
Oh God!
not eating, not chewing. Like
Yep. Just put him
just
down.
going,
Yep.
There's an air pocket within me.
Yeah, there are a bunch of other crewmen who are not looking good around you, but
I can't guarantee I'll remember he's in there, but
yeah, do what you can. Okay. Selcress, what would you like to do? You're floating on the water about 20 feet from the ship. The waves are pretty brutal, though. There's a lot of crashing.
Okay. Well, this is my infernal decree.
I do need to ask you something, Selcress. As you went down and smashed into the water, I will need you to roll a concentration check.
Okay.
I forgot you were concentrating.
How
And
does
Lance,
one
you should have
do
as
that?
well. It's just a con saving throw.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, that
Oh,
didn't work.
shit.
With Bless. Oh no, Bless might not do it.
Yeah, you would add a d4 from Bless, but unfortunately, that will not succeed.
Ooh, that barely succeeds.
You will succeed barely, which means the Quacken will reappear on its turn
Oh, good.
as the concentration is broken. Selcress, you're the only one who knows that, though. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna use my infernal decree.
Excellent. Oh, that's righteous!
Yeah!
Selcress, you make your infernal decree, and forming underneath you, a small iceberg as the sea itself freezes around you as you're riding upon an iceberg of blood. And Levi...
I thought it was soap.
bloody soap. It's icy blood soap. Levi is transformed into a higher order devil. So you're not in the water anymore.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna bonus action banner.
Excellent. You flap your banner. I think Kurogan's too far away from you, but everyone else would be. Is that you still want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because Kurogan's 60 feet up.
Did I need to roll concentration for my storm, or is it just because I'm underwater? I just went with the ship that I was fine.
Yeah, I think you should have had to roll a concentration as well. Yeah. Thank you for being clear with that. Yep. Yeah, you're still good. All right. So, Selcress uses her action to flip her banner. 11 HP. That's so good. Damn. So that's for Lance and Selcress and Euchaunkas. That 10 HP. At this point, the Quacken reappears with a sudden flash of yellow, and because of like the swaying of the sea as it lands, it crashes down and kind of slams into the boat. Or actually, it probably isn't close enough. It's about 50 feet away. What were you saying, Alex?
Nearest swarm gets bead.
Oh, yeah. I will put that 10 points of damage on the swarm. So yeah, the Quacken reappears and releases a mighty quack. And then it's actually, I'm sorry, I said it had two eyes. It has one singular eye, but it's a rubber ducky. I think actually what happens here is it glitches and its two eyes become one big eye. And then its eye glows red and it casts a disintegration ray at the ship.
Jesus!
The ship takes 90 points of force damage and breaks apart. Is now in two pieces and it begins to sink. That's the end of the Quacken's turn. The rubber duckies a couple of them are frozen in your iceberg, Selcress, so they can't attack you. However, Lance, 3 swarms of rubber duckies are coming at you. And you are in the water, and they're going to attack you with advantage. What's your armor class?
Did I get thrown off the ship when it got hit?
Yeah. You just didn't end up under it. You're in the water, but you're not under it.
Okay.
So 3 bites are coming at you. It's an 18,
Miss.
an 8, and a 17. So they all miss. As they quack, 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 honk at you. It's the end of the swarm of rubber duckies' turn. Kurogan, you're 60 feet in the air. This huge rubber ducky is about 60 feet tall, so you're like at eye level. You just saw this huge disintegration ray go past. What would you like to do?
That is a bad thing. Bad ducky. Who looks like they need to be saved? Probably Lance.
Yeah, Lance is floating in the water, being swarmed by rubber duckies. You don't see
Euchaunkas is fine. I know he's fine somewhere, wherever he is. Selcress, you look fine.
On her little iceberg, she was fine.
Okay, I'm gonna go save Lance.
Okay.
I
60 feet,
swooped
you're
down
at
to
the
save
water.
him.
Okay. You wanna grab him with your action?
Yes.
All right. So you are at water level with Lance, right? And that's, I think, the end of your turn, right?
Yes. But
Alrighty.
now he is not in the water.
Well, you're both actually at water because you were 60 feet up.
But
You
he's
had to go
not in the water.
All right. I think it's fair. Sure. Lance, what would you like to do?
To make it sure everything's kosher about Lance not being in water, Lance will kind of finagle and climb himself onto the back of Kurogan as a majestic
Sure. Absolutely.
wide eyes and abject horror at the eldritch sights before. How far away is the big quacker?
On its turn, it moved a lot closer. It seems to move erratically. It's about 20 feet away. It's very close. And again, it's like 60 feet tall, a huge, poorly rendered 3D rubber duck.
By the way, does it look like it can turn its head?
Yeah, it looks like it can do anything.
Oh wow, that's scary.
No, I don't know. You don't know if it looks like it can turn its head. It right now, at this point, has been otherwise motionless, except for the fact that its eyes merged together and then shot a laser.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I hate to, just disregard the great aid Kurogan has given to this boy. Would I be able to kind of scoot off to where I could get, say, the Quacken and a few swarms within a 15-foot cone?
No, the Quacken's further than them. All the swarms are centered around you, and the Quacken's 20 feet away. But you could get all the swarms in a 15-foot cone.
Okay. You know what? Let's play this safe for the time being. I shall look to the Quacken, and I will Sacred Flame it. May it not have a good...
The Quacken will roll a dexterity saving throw when I find it. Gets a 4. The Sacred Flame is going to connect for 6 points.
Oh, you thought you could stand against Lune. You can't even stand against me. As I am a man of the cloth. You will not harm me.
Alrighty. Well, as you say that, it will take a legendary action and try and harm you. However, it needs to roll a wisdom saving throw, right?
Yes.
Attack or harmful spell. I'm going to say it counts as an attack. So it's a wisdom save.
Yes.
Alright. It got a 20 total.
Ooh, that hits. Or,
So
that beats.
Yep. So it will use its Psychic Screech at you. It can only do one of these legendary actions, so... It quacks at you. I need you to roll a dexterity... A dexterity saving throw? That should be an intelligence saving throw.
That
Typos,
is
typos.
much more terrifying.
I'm very bad at words, guys. It quacks. Alrighty. So it's only going to be half of that 17 damage. I do need to roll a concentration check, though. And that will be the end of that. So it's Euchaunkas.
Yes.
No!
The
Bless
blessed
evaporates.
fades! No!
Oof. I will drop my storm
Sure.
and then re-up it at level 4.
Excellent. Yeah, that's no problem. And the storm...
So I will
rages
attack
evermore.
the Quacken
Yep.
with the storm.
Alrighty. Quacken will roll its dexterity saving throw. One of its weaknesses.
Oh.
Man, but it rolls well. So it's going to take half of 25.
Yep.
Right. So it's going to be 12. Alrighty. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Chunk? You're still staying underwater. Looks like there are plenty of other people drowning.
I'll push some of them toward the surface.
Okay. Wow, being a good guy.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that. But I'm staying under the foam, where
Excellent,
I'm
yeah.
hard to see.
Cool. The Quacken is... Oh no, Selcress. What would you
Yes.
like to do as you stand atop your island of ice?
Well,
What's the radius, by the way, of your Infernal Decree? Is it 15 feet?
I think so. Let me double.
Pretty fucking big iceberg.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a small iceberg.
Yeah, so you're real stable on here. Okay. Despite the waves and everything, you're in good shape.
Mhm.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna send Levi, or rather, Levi's gonna come over to this iceberg and guard me against the swarms.
Yeah, it looks like they're... Okay, yeah, sure. Yep. I mean, you're the only one the swarms can go after at this point, so that's actually a pretty good call. Is he readying actions, or do you want him to go and attack the swarms first?
He's gonna attack the swarms first.
Okay.
So he's
there-
gonna make some claw attacks and some tail attacks.
Oh, damn. Okay. I will roll the... They don't have to roll anything, actually. You just hit them. Now... Okay, it doesn't matter if it's magical for this. It has resistance. 21, 26, so 13 points of total damage. It seems that, like, Levi has a hard time getting through because there's so many of them. But I think damage is pretty good. One of the swarms is looking pretty bad. There are 2 other swarms that are looking fine. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah. I'm gonna send some Eldritch Blasts out. Let's go!
Okay. Swarms or quacking?
I think swarms for now.
Sure.
2 of those. Pew, pew,
You'll hit with both.
pew, pew.
Nice. And those do full damage. So with those 2, you knock out that swarm that Levi was hitting. And now there's 2 swarms remaining. Another one completely destroyed. Little rubber duckies go flying, freezing into chunks of ice as they go.
Levi's attacks count as magical too, for the sake
I know.
of- Okay.
For swarms, they are resistant to all piercing, bludgeoning, or slashing damage, not just
Gotcha.
non-magical. Yep. It's a weird thing.
That's it.
Cool. So you slam them, and with that, the Quacken is going to go as it rears up, and let's see if it recharges. It does. It recharges, eye glowing with energy. It looks at you, Kurogan, you holding lance, and it is going to take a shot at you. Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw, Kurogan? As a ray of disintegration flies toward you, you will barely succeed. I do have to ask, did you drop Lance?
Do it.
Sorry, Lance.
You drop Lance to dodge, yeah. You fly and do like a barrel roll spin through the air. Lance, you fall. Just so in order for Kurogan to dodge the ray, you splash down into the water below.
I thrust myself off Kurogan so he can dodge.
Excellent. The ray goes flying back and just hits like a lone sailor, like, ah! And he's gone.
Damn it.
And you splash back into the water. And the rubber duckies are gonna go. Lance, you are actually right where the rubber duckies are, where Levi is now. So the rubber duckies are gonna go one at you and one at Levi. This one's going at Levi. A 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, 9 thunder damage as it gives a little tiny quack. And then one at you, Lance. 14's gonna miss you. So that is the end of the Quacken's turn. And we go to the next in the initiative, which is Kurogan, having done a barrel roll.
By the way,
Uh-huh.
on their turn, one of the swarms got bead.
Oh, yep, I'm going to add that 10 points of damage. Thank you for reminding me about that. It's hard to
No
remember
problem.
with everything else going on.
I understand. I'm gonna look down at all of these swarms of ducks.
Sure.
And
There are
then
2 swarms left.
And then chromatic orb them
Excellent.
with cold. Wow, that lame higher level cast though.
Oh, yeah, it sometimes happens. You'll hit for 16 points of cold. They take full damage from cold, as you've already known, from when Selcress hit them. And yeah, one of those swarms is looking pretty bad now. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going to fly. Are there any debris or anything I could hide behind?
Yeah, there's ships floating everywhere.
I'm gonna fly behind some debris.
There's also my iceberg.
Yeah, there's also Selcress's iceberg.
I am not risking Selcress, thank you very much.
I was gonna say, you're putting Selcress in danger. So you go and hide behind, like, the rear half of the ship that's beginning to sink. It'll probably be gone next round under the sea, but for now, it's covered. Probably half cover, to be frank, with the crashing of the waves and everything. Alrighty, Lance, you are next. What would you like to do?
I will begin Elfie paddling along. Can I get within, I believe, 60 feet of both Kurogan, Selcress, and Euchaunkas?
You would start your turn within 60 feet of them.
Even better, as I will kind of sigh and just look up and unleash that second level bless on everyone to re-up.
Oh, nice! Everyone gets another round of bless.
It's over here!
And I will spend the rest of my movement swimming over to the iceberg.
You're gonna provoke an attack of opportunity if you do that.
I will do that.
Alrighty, the Quacken tries to bite you.
Wisdom save.
Oh, it succeeds. And
That thing
bites
is
you.
wise as hell, and yes, it bites me.
It is also of boogity. Does that reduce you to 0?
No, I've only just eaten through my temp HP.
Cool. Probably a good thing. Is that the end of your turn, Lance? Swimming over to Selcress?
Yes.
Cool. You can also... Oh, wait, you don't have a swim speed, do you?
I am a fast wood elf, but I imagine it is difficult terrain to elfie.
Yeah.
How far away am I from it?
You're 20 feet. So, yeah.
I can't quite get there. I'm like right at the edge, about to pull myself up.
Exactly. You've got an arm on it, but you're not up. As a legendary action, the Quacken is going to quack. As it makes a psychic screech, targeting probably Selcress. You've been attacking its duckies. Can you roll me an intelligence saving throw as it psychically squeaks towards you?
Okay.
Alrighty, oof. That's 10 points of psychic damage as this blast of psychic energy kind of pulses through the air and slams into you from this duck's beak.
Damage for Levi?
Sure, you can do that if you want to use your reaction for that one.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, it's new round anyway, so why not? And we move to top initiative with Euchaunkas. I should use all of its legendary actions instead of just forgetting.
I
That's
will
okay.
call lightning on the duck. The big duck.
Sure. Dex save. Holy
What is wrong with
shit.
this thing?
It is OP, apparently. 27 reduced half is 43. Oh, 13.
Yep. No, you were right.
Clever me. Yeah, your lightning strikes it, but yeah, not too bad still. You're about 30 feet underwater right now, and it's almost directly above you. I don't know if that I don't know if that affects the way you want to do.
In what way?
I don't know if you want to like swim away more, swim deeper.
Yeah, I don't
whatever.
really want to be near it. So I'll
Okay.
swim. First, I'll do. I'll summon the punchy cloud. Then I'll swim away.
Sure.
Probably
Punchy cloud.
down.
Punchy cloud hits.
Yeah. Get it,
Alrighty.
punchy cloud.
Punchy cloud, bam, baps it with a little punch.
That's all I got.
Alrighty. And we move to the next in the initiative, which is Selcress. What would you like to do, Selcress?
Alright.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Legendary action.
Oh.
2 legendary actions, actually. It is going to use its Thunder Honk. Oh, why did it roll twice? It should not have rolled that twice. I'm going to need everyone within 30 feet, which is now not Euchaunkas, which is actually Selcress, Lance, and Kurogan, to roll me a Constitution saving throw. Don't forget, I think you're all blessed right now.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So you can add a D4 to that.
Oh yeah, I made it.
Was that the good for
I
Selcress?
did
Oh yeah,
not.
and Levi, thank you. And yeah, it's going to be 15 thunder damage and deafened on a failure. Or just or half as much on a success, and not deafened.
Okay.
Only 7 to Selcress and Lance, and 15 and deafened to Kurogan, which sucks. Deafened is bad.
It is bad.
Aren't you immune to thunder when you're deafened?
Yep.
I mean, that's bad and good then?
Yeah, it's got
Levi
a
is
combo.
deafened.
Well, poor Levi. I think that is the. Now it's your turn, so go ahead.
Yes. Alright. Well, are the swarms still around the iceberg?
No, they're a little bit away from the iceberg, but they're going to be coming your way. They're, again, about 20 feet away. They're where Lance were. They should have taken opportunity attacks against Lance, but I forgot.
Okay.
And
Well-
Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Levi can handle them. With her flames.
Awesome.
2 of those.
Now, Levi would be at disadvantage with a ranged attack, unless Levi wanted to, like... Can Levi fly? As a
Not in this form, but he can like get on the iceberg.
Oh, right, so he can swim over. The rubber duckies would opportunity attack him. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. That's a 22 and... oh, it's just thunder damage. He's immune to thunder damage because
Yeah.
he's deafened.
Yeah.
They clack and it doesn't matter. He doesn't hear it. He swims over, gets to the iceberg, and throws fire.
Yeah.
That's so good. That kills one of the swarms. And the other swarm is going to take your 10 fire and yep, Levi gets them.
Okay.
Okay.
And now, I'm gonna... how many swarms are there?
Oh, I'm sorry. A bunch of the sailors got murdered by the thunder blast.
Okay.
Some of them got away.
Cloud, damn it!
The ones that you'd helped to the surface, Euchaunkas, were able to swim far enough away that they didn't get hit by it, but some of the other ones just got caught.
So,
Most of the other ones just got caught.
how many swarms are there?
There's only one left.
Okay.
You guys done a very good job knocking them down.
Then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the Quacken!
Okay.
Ha! Ha!
Oh, nice! Those will both hit. Go ahead and give me your damage. 26 total. Nice. Yeah, you the 2 hit blast slam into the Quacken, and it quacks in anguish. Is that the
How's
end of your turn,
that
son?
feel? You're not the one! It's not time for fun!
Quack. It quacks.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. There we go. All
I
right.
said what because I can't hear anything because Kurogan's deafened.
Well, so Selcress, at the end of your turn, a couple of things happen. The rear side of the ship that was left sinks below the ocean. The other half of the ship is like kind of staying afloat a little bit, and you can see one of the like compartments on the side where the portholes kind of opens up, and you see some sort of metal, like a cannon pokes out, and you hear the captain of the ship yell, "I'll get you, you scurvy thing!" And he attempts to attack it with the cannon.
I cannot believe you didn't say scurvy duck.
Scurvy duck, thank you. It actually misses with the cannon. The cannon goes wide. I think I was letting you guys hit this thing with way less than you needed. That's okay. The cannon misses.
Also,
and now,
the ducks take the swarm takes B damage.
Yep, takes the B damage. The swarm is nearly dead. We've almost gotten rid of all the swarms. The Quacken's gonna go, and it is going to see if it recharges. First of all,
Please don't
Does not.
say God.
it's going to use its Psychic Screech. It can make 3 of these, and it's going to target you, Selcress, you, Lance, and probably you, Kurogan. Kurogan, you would have half cover still, but it's an intelligence saving throw, so I don't think that matters.
Wisdom save.
Let me roll wisdom save for you, Lance. It succeeds.
Oh my god, this thing is so wise.
Also, it's
Quack.
thunder. It's psychic.
Quack.
Okay.
Quack. Yep, it's like
21.
All right, so it's gonna be Kurogan, Selcress, and then Lance. So Kurogan.
We are all blessed.
You're also muted.
Alrighty.
I don't think that gets me there.
Just barely,
Oof.
not enough.
Ooh.
And Lance barely gets there. So it's gonna be 8 points for you, Lance. 18 points for you, Selcress, and 4 points for you, Kurogan. After all the reductions. Can we get con saving throws where we need them? And I think it's just Lance actually.
Yep.
Alrighty, that's the end of the Quacken's turn. As we move, the swarms of duckies. The duckies are going to attack Levi. Yeah.
He's
14?
dead.
Oh yeah. God damn. Let's go back. Actually, no, he's deaf until the end of his next turn, so he's not deaf anymore.
Okay.
But even that,
No.
is it less than half health? Oh, and it doesn't even hit him.
It doesn't hit him.
Well, that's pretty good. All right. Well, in that case, Kurogan, what would you like to do?
Well, I am still deafened. Guys! Are you there? Are you looking kind of bad?
Kurogan, you hear in your mind, yeah, what's up?
Oh,
Lance moves his mouth but does not speak.
guys?
Rude. Fucking rude.
I guess I'm gonna think really hard. I might need some healing. I'm looking a little rough, but while I'm at it, I'm also aiming at the ducks. I figure they can probably take care of the swarm. So I'm just gonna...
Yeah, Kurogan, you're gonna need to narrate all this. This is a one-way talk.
Okay. Good. Okay! I need to... the heals and... also, I am going to chromatic orb this guy!
You actually can't cast it because you can't use the verbal component. Does the spell have verbal components?
Chromatic orb...
I mean, he's not silenced.
I'm not silenced, I'm just deafened. I can't
Yep,
hear myself, but I
can't-
can still say it.
Can't cast can't cast verbal components if you're deafened, I believe.
I thought that was just
Does
for
not
silence.
say anything in there about that.
Yeah.
Alright, maybe I'm totally wrong.
It also doesn't say anything about immunity to thunder damage.
You know what? Maybe I was very wrong. Go on. We'll come back to this later.
Yeah, it's fine! Another second level.
Oh yeah, you just fail any check that relies on hearing. That's literally all it does.
Oof.
That feels strange
15
to
hit.
me. Wow, that is an unfortunate chromatic orb. Against the Quacken, you're talking the Quacken or the Swarm?
Swarm.
Alright, you'll hit the Swarm. Go ahead. 7 points. Swarm's still alive.
Uh-oh.
Die, damn it!
Oh, who'd we lose?
Oh,
Lance.
you're...
Lance.
Okay,
Hopefully
guys,
Lance
I'm
comes back
good.
shortly.
I can hear it again.
And we, here we go. Lance is back. Excellent, Lance. Welcome back. Kurogan, it's Lance's turn, actually. Go ahead, Lance.
Yeah, it's Lance's turn. You got this.
Perfect
Oh, I
timing
can
for
hear it
Discord to
again.
boot me.
Classic Discord.
Classic Discord.
Lord of Chaos.
So I have heard Kurogan yelling out, I need some healing. Some healing would be, So, I will just look forth towards that boy and be like, oh, that boy needs some healing. I'm assuming he's within
Yeah, barely.
So I'll just do a little cha-cha slide as I invoke Salone's blessing, and we're going big or going home as I will 4th level cast Healing Word and be like, Kurogan, remember your training! That did not add either my wisdom or my... Wait, no, it did add my wisdom.
Yep.
Wait, why is it +3? My wisdom's +4.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, wait, no. That is my, life cleric stuff, so it should be a +4, so 21. Let me
Alright.
fix that 1 second.
21 points of healing, Kurogan.
Alright, cool.
Lance, is there anything else you want to do?
I don't think I have any. You know what? I will just kind of boop Selcress and cast guidance on her because I don't want to screw over my sanctuary.
Sounds good. At the end of your turn, coming at you,
Hey,
maybe.
don't boot me.
Coming at you, absolutely, Lance. 16 gets your DC, right?
16 is just over my DC.
It quacks me. You're only a dex saving throw. I'm sorry, int save. Sorry. Yeah,
Oof.
alright. 15 psychic damage. And Euchaunkas, it's your move.
Lightning.
We continue the lightning.
Yes. Always with
alrighty.
the lightning.
It got a...
Finally, it takes
It
50
finally-
damage.
You've been waiting.
Face the wrath of the cloud.
A blast, and there's like a bit of like smoke that kind of comes off it, like it burns a little bit, and it glitches again with like a horrible like black and white kind of barcodey glitch before kind of regaining its form. Very, very disturbing and strange.
And then there's the punchy cloud.
Cloudness is unfortunately.
And I get further away.
You swim further down.
Yeah.
Well, as you start to swim further down, you see like eyes down there looking up.
Right. Perpendicular then. Let's...
Yep. Okay. Sure.
That's a bad.
Well, we're not going any further down. You're still 60 feet down, so you're pretty deep. It's hard to like see it this far down, even. Cool. Selcress, what would you like to do?
Alright. Let's go. We're gonna have Levi throw stuff at it.
Sure.
Go, Levi, throw the stuff!
Nice. Those will both hit, and that's pretty good damage.
Alright.
Okay.
And now I will cast Eldritch Blast.
Excellent. Unfortunately, those two aren't going to connect. AC is 17.
Those both
She
affect-
has bless. Yes, she does. It does.
Let's see. 2 blesses. Does that help? I mean, it
That's the
guarantees to
first
do the
one?
first one. Well, you automatically get it with the first one, so that's a +3 on the second one. Yeah. You'll hit with both of them. Go ahead and give it to me. Nice. That
Alright.
bless coming in clutch.
Yeah. Woo!
Alrighty. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad at this point. It's like glitching out really bad. At the end of your turn, Selcress, though, it's going to use legendary action to once again Thunder Honk.
I don't like
which-
the Thunder Honk.
All you guys are gonna need to, except for Euchaunkas, who's just swum away, are going to give me a con saving throw or take 19 points of damage.
Okay.
Oof.
I am fine.
Well, it's half damage for you, Kurogan. 9.
Wait, I have advantage because of my shield. Hoof. Hoof. Hey.
That's
Lucky you.
intelligent.
No, this is not intelligence. This is con.
They
Ah.
actually rolled intelligence.
Can I just take my base roll and add a +2
Yeah,
on
that's
top
fine.
of all that? Whew,
Yeah, that's all
thank you.
If you accidentally roll the wrong thing and it's like worse and you still beat it, I mean, whatever.
And I don't think a bless will save me or Levi
No.
there.
Unfortunately not. So that's 19 points of damage, and both you and Levi are deafened, Selcress. Which, again, we found it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Whoa.
It's fine.
So
Um,
Levi's gonna take all of that.
Sure.
19 points of damage. Levi's not looking so hot.
Well, the Quacken's going to go now. It's
And
gonna
also
its
take
actual
B damage.
turn.
Yeah.
Yep, I will. Actually, that was a swarm will take the B damage, and that will finish off the last.
Yeah, true.
Though,
Fine.
Selcress, I do want to ask, before you just put that 19 damage on Levi, are
Yep.
you sure you want to put that 19 damage on him now, or do you want to take that because you might want the... you can only do it once a turn as a reaction, remember?
You're right. I'll take it.
Well, I'm just saying it's up to you. I just don't want him to recharge his disintegrate ray, which he does, and then aim it directly at you, which he does, and then tell you to roll a dexterity saving throw, and then you roll badly, which that would be really unfortunate. I wouldn't want to disintegrate Selcress.
No, we
That'd be
wouldn't.
really bad.
One
Levi,
second, I
maybe.
have to math.
Sure.
Okay, so Selcress will take that damage.
Dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw for Selcress.
Yep, that'd be a
She
fail.
has a bad time.
But she puts that on Levi, I assume.
Yeah, Levi
Alright.
gets it.
34 points of disintegration damage. Does that reduce Levi to 0?
No,
Oh, that seems good.
he's barely alive.
Whew.
Strategic use of features.
I know.
And maybe a hint from the DM.
It quacks in anger. Wait, wrong thing. Quack. Quack again. All right. Kurogan, it's your turn.
Yay! It's Kurogan! Looks like I'm gonna put this here. Kurogan's gonna fly up to the duck.
Yep, you're only about 30 feet away, so you fly right up.
And Dragon Greatsword. And another Dragon Greatsword. Aw.
You're gonna hit with the first, but not the
Bless.
second.
Even
Try
with
the
less, I
bless.
don't think. Because it's
What was it?
17 to hit,
It's
right?
17.
Oh.
It's the DC,
Oof.
so no. Anything else you'd like to do, Kurogan? You flying away, or you're gonna stay right up at it?
I'm gonna stay right up at it, but like on its side, where it
Oh,
can't
this is-
too easily. Or
Yeah,
actually on
this
its
is
back.
very
On its
scary.
back. On its
It's gonna
back.
take a legendary action at the end of your turn. I assume it's the end of your turn?
Yeah.
It's gonna try and bite you.
But I'm on its back.
The neck just twists around suddenly. It glitches out and its head facing backwards.
And
at
then
you.
I shield.
Oh,
Rubber
yeah.
owl.
Huh?
Rubber
Right.
owl.
Yeah. It's terrifying. Yeah, you shield and block it, which is good, because if it had eaten you, that would have been very bad for you.
Oh God.
Yeah. It
Lance,
would have
you
smelled
fought
like
one of these
rubber
before,
for the
I
rest
think.
of my life.
Oh, it's this.
Yes.
Oh, I remember this now. Oh,
We go to the next in the initiative. Lance, what would you like to do? It's looking pretty rough.
you know, I get the feeling we're all looking pretty rough. So Lance is just gonna stand resolute on this iceberg, and he will channel his divinity and hopefully get everyone up to half hit points. Everyone within 30 feet at least.
I'm
And
That's
it's
everybody
half
except for
hit
you,
points. I've got more than half hit points, so I'm good.
lucky you.
Levi
Oh, I
definitely
thought you were way
can
worse
use
than
that.
that shit.
So it
No,
just
I'm
brings
fine.
them up. It just
How much
brings
health does
the-
it give, Lance?
35 split out. I needed like 7 myself.
So,
Levi
I mean,
could use some.
Levi could take all 28 and be fine.
I will dump all of it into Levi then.
Alright, 28. For Levi.
Alrighty. Is that the end of your turn, Lance?
Oh, yes, this, because this is important. As a bonus action, I will give a flip of a cape that I apparently just recently pulled out of my bag. And instead of my usual plate armor, you see the plate armor showing through a skin-tight ghost jumpsuit as I slowly can just fade out.
Whoa! Fade away, fade away. Alrighty. Excellent. At the end of your turn, it's going to take a legendary action to try and bite Kurogan again. 24 this time. You still have your shield, though. I don't know if that changed anything.
It meets it.
Ugh. 17 points. I assume you're still fine after that.
Yeah, still fine.
Cool. We move to Euchaunkas. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm thinking I'm calling lightning.
Wait, whoa! Euchaunkas, you call lightning?
Yeah. Yeah, I call lightning.
Weird.
You vile duck.
Do you want to max it out anyway?
Yes.
Excellent. Euchaunkas, you call forth your lightning, and the sky itself kind of parts. And for a moment, you believe you see a space whale above, but it's really far away, so it's kind of hard to tell. And a massive lightning bolt comes crashing down upon the Kraken, or the Quacken. And it explodes into hundreds of little tiny pixels, quacking aggressively along the way. And in a moment, it appears to be gone, as the storm still kind of rages around you, and begins to kind of fade out a little bit. The
Come
storm
on,
not quite
everyone
so
on
aggressive.
to the SS Selcress.
She just pats her iceberg.
The thunder's still raging overhead, but the water and everything itself seems to quell pretty substantially. Yeah, you guys have defeated the Quacken.
Oh yeah, I swim up
Mm-hmm.
and say wall, and my wall shows up, and I've got a raft.
Excellent.
I'm just gonna fly over to Selcress and everyone else and be like, "I'll let her lie." That's not Kurogan's voice at all. I'll let her the lot.
Excellent.
Lance will chill out for a bit and offer forth a prayer to Selune as I click the wrong thing, as is tradition.
You
And I will
invoke
use.
Arcane.
I invoke Arcana and all of this, and it's supposed to be a much higher level than that for Selcress, so it heals. Let me double check the note.
It's all good. This is the end of the fight.
You
won.
stupid! No duck can stand before the power of the cloud.
There seems to
Levi,
be-
doggy paddle is home.
Levi just doggy paddling the back,
Yep.
and there's
Oh.
nothing left of the great big duck. However, the little tiny duckies are still around. You can collect as many as you like as souvenirs. They
Yay!
have all sorts of different like outfits. Some of them are in little doctor costumes. Other ones are in like track suits. They look
want the
like
one with the
collectible
pad.
rubber.
I
Yeah.
want one of everything.
I
yeah,
throw
I
up
want
the
one of
guy.
everything too.
I throw up
You-
the guy I swallowed.
He's like, "Oh God,
Well,
you
you
saved
remembered.
me!"
Yeah, all of you people that I saved, you belong to me now. Start rowing.
All piles of everything, like 40 minutes. You with your mountain of the rubber. You have good and thank you for playing, guys.
You just turned into a massive robot.
Oh,
I think it was just.
Was that for
That
everyone?
was nuts.
Am
Was
I
That was
still a
intense.
robot?
That was for me at least.
Am I still a robot?
Same. No, you're good now.
You're good.
All of a
Very
sudden,
bizarre. Wait,
Yeah.
did any of my outro finish?
no.
Oh,
All I
no,
heard
it looks like it's
was-
robotting on the stream too.
Oh,
All I heard
Ooh,
was,
yeah.
have a good day. What?
Sorry. Yeah. No, you
No
guys
worries.
make your way back. You have a wonderful trip back. Getting plenty of rubber duckies. The crew paddles and Levi doggy paddles behind. And in a surprisingly fast time, whether good fortune or good tides on your side, you make your way back to Turtle Island. And then
Yeah.
back to civilization.
Selune guides the tides as the moon should.
And I need a new.
And the cloud does it with wind and rain.
And somewhere in the background, a large whale flies through the sky behind you.
I need a new stag.
And these, and now I have a pirate crew.
Then Euchaunkas becomes a pirate.
What? No, they're my privateers.
Oh, of course.
They have the blessing of the cloud and Selune. There are no pirates.
It's fine.
Yeah,
And-
privateers.
Congratulations! You
Legal
found a
piracy.
stupid adventure.
Yeah.
It was great. It wasn't stupid. Come on.
Come on.
I'm really glad that you guys decided to just go fishing instead of doing the first part. That was
Are you?
that was beautiful.